What's up, Champions fam? It's the bad guy, a WWE champion, Zeke 4-0, back with a brand new video. It's been a while, but I thank you for your patience. Appreciate your support and love within the comments as always, but we're going to go ahead and rock into it because the 8-year anniversary has officially concluded, but we now have a brand new MLE live. Then, now, forever, together. This is definitely exciting for one key reason. It's highly exciting for me because we officially have new gen powerhouse Bull Nakano, the unstoppable, in the game. For many years, I have mentioned her name. She was a pivotal part to women's professional wrestling, and the role that she had in the new gen era was one that was highly important. She was a monster heel, destroying everything and anyone, and she was represented properly and respectfully. And just look at this card art. Hands down, some of my most favorite pieces of art within the entire game. Certain cards, certain characters have personalities on their card art, and this one just speaks monuments. And so I'm just grateful not only to been able to witness her be inducted into the Hall of Fame, but to finally see her in WWE Champions is absolutely amazing. She has a killer trainer ability, 100% a mobile gem damage, and +2 to blue moves. So she's going to be very handy. I'm already thinking of a couple of characters, combining her alongside Legend Powerhouse Hogan, who also gives 100% more a mobile gem damage and the additional 2 any color gem generation. That's going to be a very good combo for the likes of Hall of Fame striker. I was about to say powerhouse. Hall of Fame striker Vader, Ludwig Kaiser, and of course Striker Owens, let alone Tech Cody Rhodes. So we got Bull Nakano in the game officially. Plus, we got Dirty Dom as the A-tier character, a striker, Dominic Mysterio. Would never have thought it. And honestly, A-tier does fit the bill for Dominic. It will be cool to see if he ever does get an S+ tier. I am excited to see that. Liv getting another S tier. Liv is in a unique situation right now because she went from being the 8-year. Well, how do we go about it with Liv? Because Liv first initially debuted, if I recall correctly, Liv debuted as a modern era acrobat. She had the pin move, being able to move the pin bar, basically an infinite loop turn, and just able to deal damage and take you down. Then she was Zombie Powerhouse Liv came out. Following Zombie Powerhouse Liv, we had Summer of Champions, fan voted, player base voted Trickster Liv, who was given out through Oopsies and also was made available the following V2 of Summer of Champions. And then we got Jersey Wildcat for the 8-year. And now we're turning around and getting a Technician Liv for an S tier. Liv is unique because of the simple fact that up until Jersey Wildcat striker New Gen, let alone kudos to Bull Nakano following up as another New Gen waifu. That's we've gone up from Alundra Blaze to now having Jersey Wildcat and the Unstoppable. So that's a plus. But Liv is one of the few characters that's interesting because her debut was a S tier, similar to Solo Sequa Trickster, right? Her debut was an S tier as an acrobat. She remained an S tier as a powerhouse. She was voted in as a S tier for Trickster. She was made into a free-to-play striker that might as well have been, in my opinion, with how she hits, of course. She was made into a pretty solid, really good, viable striker waifu that is worth taking up to 6-star gold, not only for just utility, but for her trainer ability, the +2 green MP and the +2 multiplied gem and strength increase. So Liv has had a unique run because there's only a handful of characters out there that have, S tier or higher. Solo Sokoa is one of them. He's an S tier Trickster and an S+ tier Shobo. There's only a handful that had that. And up until Jersey Wildcat, Liv had a solid run, and even then, now she's back at it. But nonetheless, got Dirty Dom and Liv representing the new Judgment Day. We got Bull Nakano going on in effect. Also, moving forward, these, when it comes to Hip Hop Cena, Dudinator, Sami Zayn, Revolutionary Radical, Seth, Arcade, Assassin, Asuka, and Jersey Wildcat Liv. They're going to be the last characters for WWE champions moving forward at the moment that are going to have the plus 99 MP for the following month. After that, it's just strictly for that month. So knock out what you need to do with them. Do what you got to do. Take full advantage of it, because moving forward, you're literally just going to have the plus 99 for those characters, moving you and pressing you to basically go and do polls so you can get everybody. It's business. It is what it is. It was fun while it lasted. But the 8-year anniversary characters are the last ones that are going to have the follow-up month afterwards, full month wide, where you can use the MP on them. So it was good while it lasted, y'all, but nonetheless, it's all good. We do also have new loot that has been made available. The armory loot is cheaper. Each pull is going to be 1K for the armory. When it comes to for the titles, for the moments armory loot, it's going to be 5K per. So there's superstars in there. There's moments in there. There's a lot of really good moments in there. So choose wisely. You're not getting separate currency for this where you can divvy it up. You're going to have to pick your spots and be committed to whichever one, whether it be the titles and the tier 6 medals and the parts there for straps and medals, or you're going to go with the moments and hope to get some real good superstars and hopefully pick up a moment that you really could use. Aside from that, with the moments, also keep in mind, even if you get a bust, it at least is going to translate into currency, so you can use that to upgrade the moments that you currently have and get them up to fully maxed out at level 30. So it works out either way. Either you're going to get some real good medals, get some parts to upgrade things on your straps, or you're going to pick up a real good title, maybe 150% gem damage or 100% gem damage strap, let alone chances and opportunities at some solid skill plates, and, just getting some tier 6 medals on your account is going to help you get further ahead for future-proofing your account. Whether you have the essentials at the moment, at least you know you'll be having them on standby when the time comes to pull that trigger. So that is what it's looking like right now. It's going to be fun. You also have the gear one too. My apologies, but so you're going to have to divvy it up. It's the same song and dance with WWE champions, y'all. I hate to say it, but I'm going to be honest. I'd rather be real with you. Bull Nakano is the only thing currently that's the most exciting, but crystal clear, you're going to have a surprise character that's going to show up. We have 2 modern eras in Dirty Dom and Liv, and then we have 1 in Bull Nakano. So there could very well be another new gen joining us in this game. That'll be the S+ tier. I am very intrigued and excited to see who it possibly could be, because there's only a handful. Now, they could do a couple of things here. I did in a couple videos a while back, because I don't want this video to get too long, but I just want to chop up and catch up with y'all because the work's been crazy hectic, but I'm grateful to God for the opportunity. A while back, I went off I went on a little bit of a tangent of characters that at least if I don't recall, don't have an S+ tier version. I mentioned John Cena, then we got Hip Hop Cena. And now, spoilers, I would love to see I still want to see a S+ tier normal John Cena. And what better way to do it than do this corporate champion Cena, the one that broke so many children's hearts in one evening, going heel against Cody Rhodes. The last time is now. I could literally see that being it. John Cena. The last time is now. S+ tier showboat, modern era. It only makes sense for John Cena. Think about it. And it would be storytime booking with literally, he's the free character that you're given right at the beginning of the game when you started as a showboat. He's one of the greatest to ever do it on the mic. His endurance, his health is on Hulk Hogan levels of the beat-ups he would get and come back from. So why not have him be a super OP, 1 MP charge, super crazy cracked, trainer coach ability hybrid character for one final run as an S plus tier Cena, right? The same applies to Charlotte Flair. Tech Charlotte's amazing, but now that she's returned and won the Rumble and challenging Tiffany Stratton, spoilers, well then why not give her an S plus tier? Rhea Ripley was like mommy on top. You could always do that. Boom, S plus tier. Io Sky beating Rhea Ripley for the World Heavyweight Championship before WrestleMania, after Bianca Belair won the Elimination Chamber, after discovering that Naomi was the one who attacked Jade Cargill, leading to the attack that took place. The point is that there's so many other characters out here that can be S plus tiers, and for New Gen to pair up with this Then Now Forever together, because if you're going with the theme of that, although we got Liv and Dom, right? Realistically, back in the day, how they did it before we knew what was going on, you could have easily had a theme where, well, if it's saying Then Now Forever together, then, I mean, wouldn't you have a legend thrown in there? Wouldn't you have, well, you obviously modern era. You would cover it, you would pick your spots. But if I'm going with that, I would easily go with legend era. You would obviously have your modern era because you have then, now. You could easily Attitude Era could have been covered, New Gen. So four things. Obviously, you would want it to be the most memorable. But with that being said, for New Gen S plus tier, I could see them either doing 3 characters that come to mind. No, 4 confidently, maybe 5, and then I'll be out of your hair. And I want to hear your discussions in this. For New Gen S plus tiers, Diesel, hands down, would make one of the most senses in this game for New Gen at an S plus tier. Hey yo, Razor Ramon, you could do an S plus tier of him too. Because Diesel needs his flowers. Diesel definitely needs his flowers. Diesel was done dirty. Diesel needs a rework for sure when I really think about it. For as important of a character as he was, as long as he held the belt, through all the things that he went through, he still did his best. Kevin Nash held it down before the injuries. Diesel was the guy. Diesel was cool, the epitome of cool. So a S plus tier Diesel, Kevin Nash would make sense. A S plus tier Scott Hall would make sense. But the ones that come the most, the ones that come to mind that would make the most sense are these two, because they go hand in hand. S plus tier Bret Hart, S plus tier Shawn Michaels. Those are the guys that I feel that would make the most sense if they were doing a pairing of, well, 2 New Gen, 2 modern era. That's what I would go with. The 5th one that also would make the most sense, New Gen Hulk Hogan. Like New Gen Hulk Hogan, S plus tier. That would make sense. Skinny Hulk Hogan. Because we've seen him, you see him in the moment, you see it, but you don't have a mortal Hulk Hogan that's slim, because the zombie version of Hulk Hogan is similar to how he was back in the day, rocking the red and yellow cowboy boots, and it's real slim and thin, beating Yokozuna, Black Eye and all. So those are the 5 characters to me that would make the most sense for the S plus tier here. That's just me throwing a bone out there. It is what it is. But obviously, Dom is going to be the easiest one to get out of everybody. Just do your due diligence. I've been able to literally pick up the A tier character without spending money, and that's a blessing. I was able to pick up Seth Rollins without buying a battle pass. I was able to get him. I had the resources to take care of the contest. I had the resources, the characters to take care of certain content. So to know that, I'm going to do the same with Dom this time around. Dom is cool. I'm happy to see Dirty Dom in the game, and everyone's getting a fair shake at it. Plus, we got Rhea Ripley getting her update, Modern Era Trickster Judgment Day Rhea, so she's getting a buff. There's a new moment with Dominic betraying Rhea, pertaining to mobile gems, power gems, gem damage, gem defense. So that's another solid one. You can get that in the milestones with pertaining to Rhea's. They got the format set up differently this time around, like with the card and everything, the visuals. It's pretty cool. So I like the little subtle touches. WWE Champions, it's rinse and repeat, y'all. WWE Champions is at a point where they would have to do something super extreme to make like the like be like, what is this? Is like this WWE Champions 2.0. Granted, Dokkan Battle just did that, but Dokkan and WWE Champions are two different situations and anomalies. But real simple stuff. You know that with how it goes: Showdown weekend, Faction Feud weekend, Boss Battle weekend, Flash Feud weekend. It's going to be a 5 week MLE. So it's going to be a 5 week, month-long event. So you're going to have plenty of time to pick up a dirty dime. You're going to have plenty of time to cash in and do what you need to do your due diligence. Just stay on top of things, have fun, plan out your roster for your talent up. Just make sure that you're smart about it. Be responsible with your resources. RESPECT or TPCT. So, and that's definitely what you want to do. You want to have fun and play the game the way you want. I know for sure for me, for this upcoming talent up, I'm going to do something really crazy. First and foremost, I'm going to take Jersey Wildcat Live up to six star gold. Hopefully, I can also accrue enough focus shards to get Andre the Giant up to 6 star gold. So plus red 2 MP and then plus 2 multiplied gem strength. That would be great. But Liv will go first for sure because I'm sitting on plenty of shards to get her all the way up. But Andre, focus shards, I had to opt to go for Stunning Steve just to get the shards off that MLE prize wall. So we do what we got to do here. But I want to take up a lot of the characters that helped my account out back in the day. And so that came up as a concept for this talent up. I've got the characters that I need. I've got the entourage abilities covered. I've got the people that are my heavy hitter reps of each class, each era, sub era, you know what I mean, subcategory as well, Hall of Fame zombies. But it'd be nice to go back and work on characters that carried me for a long time, like AJ Styles. Like I didn't even realize that I had enough of the chips to go ahead and pick up all of his gears. And it's like, granted, okay, he isn't the great Muda. He's definitely not Jacob Fatu. But this was a guy that held me down. Having this guy with the color turns and cycling, even when he got his calf crusher submission, like AJ was a problem for a while for a while. And he was a guy like, you were hoping if you had Tough Seth, if you had Andre the Giant, if you had Bray Wyatt, if you had AJ Styles, if you had those characters, you were a god amongst insects back in the day. And like, he's a timestamp and he's a character that held me down for a long time. Similar to that, another character that I'd like to work up and take up is Kevin Owens. And good God, that unsanctioned match was deadly. Kevin Owens. I literally still have a playlist of Kevin Owens gameplay, of him taking on content, just seeing how far he could go and go the distance. And it was a guy that, when everyone else was making the content on the other heavy hitters, he was a guy that I just wanted to show like, hey, he might not be no tough Seth, but you know what? With the right trainer ability and set up and down, he's going to be deadly. And then even looking at situations now, you're like, look at the load up, the change of characters here makes him different. Back then we didn't have Roxanne for plus red or plus green MP plus 4. Back then we didn't have Jacob Fatu, silence gems doing a set amount of damage, purple gems doing a set amount of damage. We didn't have Roman Reigns generating purple gems and benefiting 30% purple gem damage. Same thing with Cody with the gem damage. We didn't have certain things back then. So where their ceiling was stopped because of the essentials with the entourage. The entourages have been bolstered highly, so some of these old guard characters get a little bit of life, let alone if they decide to go ahead and throw a revamp their way. So like AJ, Kevin Owens, Shobo, Andre, Striker Sting held it down for a while for me, you know what I mean? So I just want to go back and give those guys love. Now, I don't know if I'm going to take certain ones to 6-star gold, but just getting them up to 6-star, just to give them their comeuppance in a thank you, a ode to the content they cleared for me for a while. I mean, there was even a time Big Cass. Big Cass was another guy. He was blowing up the board like crazy back in the day. So there's just different characters, different stories, different memories, different benefits. So that's what it's all about, And I thank God for these characters because they got me through so much. These characters got me into the top 100. These characters got me to the top 50. They got me to the top 10. They got me through feuds. They got me through depression. They got me through stress. They got me through late bills. You know, there's just bonds. That same way with Pokemon. Everyone's different. There's certain champions that you look on your roster. Even now that I'm thinking about it. Trickster Edge held me down. Technician Doink the Clown held me down for a long time. Trickster Deadman Undertaker held it down for me for a while. There's just certain characters on your roster, even if it's an inside joke, even if it's something that doesn't seem like the be all end all. Every character on your account has a story. They had a moment. It's like any WWE career. They start off new, fresh. You got to play around with them, figure it out. Then they become a workhorse. They become a journeyman. They clear tours for you. You play around to see if they work in the showdown. If they benefit you on boss battle. If they're good or viable enough to even take on an Extreme Rules match or steel cage stipulation. Then you get to the point where they're champions. I know who I'm using for this line bonus. I know who I'm using for this boss battle. I know with these type of predicaments and these type of requirements, I know who to call. And then even if you have to retire them, they had a role, they have a purpose, and they can be still used in that way in a modern era. They might not be that go-to waifu or husbando like they once were, but they will still serve a purpose. And sometimes when you play with certain characters, it brings the nostalgia back. It makes you fall in love with the game again. And that's why I love WWE champions. There's so many bonds. Now, one cool thing that Dokkan Battle did that is interesting, they have a record of each character that you use, like, because you have to run teams in Dokkan Battle. You have to run teams of characters. But the cool thing about it is that you see a record of the characters that you use the most. Your LRs, your TURs, your extremes, your extreme units. You know what I mean? You're getting a record. The same thing applies here. Every character, like any wrestler in real life, they have their rise. They got their rookie figuring it out. Their journeyman when you apply them the most, whether it be for a month for MLE or a couple months after or years. Then they have the establishment, the championship, like they are in your top echelon of characters because of the star rarity that you have them at, the resources you invested. These characters are in your Hall of Fame. These characters are your champions. They are your world heavyweight, your WWE, of whether it's all content all the way around. I can call on him, I can call on her, and she'll get the job done. Or they are niche but specific. They are good for what they do, and they do it very, very well. And at the end of the day, when it's time to put them at bay because the next new character comes out, the next new toy shows up, when that fades, when that 15 minutes of fame fades, you'll always have those characters that you can go back to and play with, and you know they're never going to let you down. And you're always going to feel a sense of passion and drive when you're with that character, because it's not only the fact that you invested income to get that character, or you got him for free from a lucky bag, or you got him from a oopsie. It's the thing also of if it's a character that you're a fan of, a character that you love watching on TV, you grew up on, action figures, video games, merchandise, and you get to use that character to kick ass and take names in WWE champions. That's what it's all about, y'all. So that's why I'm going to take certain characters up this town up. It's not going to be like meta change. No, I just want to take up some characters that I feel deserve their flowers and their due. And I can only do it because God blessed me to recruit them. I used them for when I did. And I'll go ahead and to be thankful and grateful for that. And when I do that talent up, I will provide old school gameplay. I used to do all my videos on a track phone. Yeah, one of those, a straight talk phone from Walmart. So back in the day, I literally did gameplay. And when I did show the characters like this, they wouldn't move. It was completely different. I did not have animation. So if you know this, you know this. The struggle's real. So the card, the backdrop would be black, and the card art of the character would be in the middle of would be in the frame. That's how was their pose. They did not move. They did not do anything like that. And then when I went into a match, instead of them moving around in animation, like moving around the ring, they just stood still until I matched the match gems. Then they would move and do their action, like hit, boom, go back and reset. And then the same would apply if I had to do a choose move and stuff. So yeah, dark times of trying the feud to be a top 100 faction with a straight talk track phone and make videos. But we rocked it out. But when I do that talent up, I'll place links in the description of each character that I take that I'm taking up with the gameplay connected to it, and that way you can see the nostalgia of each character that I've had throughout. Because I looked at it when Kevin Owens came out, and I was like, yo, I like this character. He's a new character. I was blessed enough to get him because I was so hyped when I pulled Chris Jericho at 3-star. And then I pulled Kevin Owens, and it was back during that time. And it was like, well, I'm not seeing anybody doing content on this guy, so why don't I make some videos on a character that everyone else isn't really caring for? And it worked out. So I just look at things like that. But nonetheless, I've talked long enough. The roster's doing good, looking good. But hey, yo, hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but champions do. Mad love and respect to each and every single one of you and my beloved champions, fam. Like the video, share the video. Most importantly of all, do yourselves a favor by making sure to drop a people's elbow on the subscribe button, as well as hit a razor's edge on the bell icon to receive all future notifications from yours truly, the one and only bad guy at WWE Champions, Zeke 4-0, the most electrifying content creator in WWE Champions Entertainment. I love you all. I respect you all. I'm praying for you all tenfold. Let the good times roll. And know this, no matter where you're coming from, no matter what you're going through, and no matter where you're headed, always know that in my eyes, you always and forever will be a champion. So it feels great. It feels good to catch up with y'all. Bull Nakano officially in the game. Can't wait to recruit her. Absolutely hyped and excited. Going for the 150% gem damage strap if it calls upon it. And we're going to just enjoy the 99 plus. Also, we are in the midst of nearing the conclusion of that showdown prize wall. Take advantage of it while you can. Armory loots for gear, moments, and titles. Chances at 6-star medals. Go the distance. Tier 6 medals. Go the distance. Choose wisely. Invest. Be smart. Have fun. Have a ball. Enjoy the Modern Era Trickster Rhea update. Enjoy Bull Nakano. Who are you going after? Dirty Dom or Liv? And on top of that, we're on her revenge tour. But also, when it comes to the upcoming talent up that is closing in on us, what moves will you make? What guilty pleasure moves are you going to invest in? Or are you just going full meta so you can just dominate everything and anything and play like a heartless drone? It's all love. We all play our different ways. I've been there myself. Sometimes you just get so in, you're too deep. You can't get out, so you might as well just enjoy the ride, right? But nonetheless, I hope that you all have an amazing day. Thank you for the love and support on the shorts as of late. Again, work has been crazy, but whenever I'm able to do a video, I will. Even if it's just speaking about S+ tier new gen characters or figuring out who I'm taking up for talent up. I just want to talk to y'all, and so that way we can have a conversation in the comments below. But thank y'all for your love. Thank you for your support. Shout out to all the amazing content creators, official and unofficial. Mad respect to the broski 2 Bob. Finally being acknowledged and becoming an official content creator. I'm excited for not only him, but so many others who get the opportunity to do the same and join the likes of such greats as Big Papa Brian, Gearson, DJ Anon ZT, Buck, David D, David Boy, Lee and Rusty, Goldie, just to be a part of that tribe and be a part of that opportunity and that availability to make the content for the entire community. That's nothing but love and respect there. So glad that Tuba finally got his due. But with that, I will bid you adieu Y'all be safe. Stay tuned. If I'm able to drop another video, I definitely will. If not, be on the lookout for some shorts. I definitely am feeling moved to make a new guide on WWE Champions in 2025. And I am going to just do it proper. I'm going to just make some notes on what I feel is the most important. I don't want it to be forever and a day, but it's also on my heart to give the best advice from my perspective. And some things that I used to say, maybe they've changed. We'll find out, but that's going to be on the lookout. That's a guarantee. That will be a video that will be released sooner rather than later. But other than that, we'll just see how that things go and how shifts fly, and if I'm able to make it or make it to do a video, or I'm just going to stick to shorts for a bit. But one way or the other, you will be getting content from me. So until then, y'all, stay tuned. Love y'all. Hey, yo, we're back. Peace.